Hey guys, welcome back. So there are quite a few reactions to Harry's latest rant and outburst and unveiled attack on his childhood and his upbringing and Prince Charles. A lot of people are quite dumbfounded by what Harry has said, which yet again was another unnecessary insight into why he left. It's getting quite boring, isn't it? Because we know that Harry has decided to leave his royal duties. He's decided to be a self-serving celebrity, or at least he's attempting to be a celebrity out in the United States of America. Why does he feel the need to constantly air his dirty laundry and trash his family and the Queen indirectly also? Why does he feel the need to humiliate them in such a degrading, unfair way? Only he can really answer those questions. A quite prominent figurehead has come forward called Kate Garraway, and if you're in the UK, you do know who she is. And she has referred to Harry's latest comments on Good Morning Britain as devastating. So this article has been picked up by birminghammail.co.uk. They just delve into exactly her thoughts and feelings about it. I'm confused. I think you guys are confused as to why someone who has clearly had so much privilege and hasn't really had a terrible life. Yeah, it's been difficult having to be in the public eye and having to have the media invasion, but he hasn't had an awful life. And I'm sure we all have stories or know people who've had a childhood that was 10 times worse than Prince Harry's. Why does he feel the need to constantly keep on moaning in a tone-deaf way? So I'm going to get into the article. The Duke of Sussex spoke to Dax Shepard on Thursday in a brand new interview attacking Prince Charles once more. Kate Garraway has called out Prince Harry over the devastating impact his fresh interview will have. On Good Morning Britain today, Kate fumed, "Do you think he has always been in the public eye? Obviously, but do you think he understands when he says these comments, the devastating impact these comments will have? Because we have had people say to us already, what does he mean about the cycle of pain? I grew up in a house where there was physical harm. I had all sorts of things happening in my life. And of course, we know pain is pain. It may be a different type of it." Kate then also added, "He is telling his story, but it instantly sounds entitled and it sounds without empathy." The guest and broadcaster Ian Dale replied, "I think that living in the royal family must be like living in a goldfish bowl, maybe possibly like a zoo." And Kate nodded. And it's all very well. We know that being in the public eye has not been easy for Harry, but this is someone who, as I have said before, has had extreme privilege and seems to simply be nitpicking at any little thing that he can find, especially since he's been with Meghan. And Meghan is famed for doing this. She just whines and moans and no one is good enough. None of her family members other than Doria, who did not fully raise her as a child. She went to prison for 5 to 10 years for fraud. Was invited to the wedding, and those who were instrumental in her childhood, i.e. her father and extended family members, were not granted the privilege to go to this royal wedding, which really has turned out to be everything but royal. Their union has been like some kind of Jerry Springer TV show kind of episode. and it's all played out in a very public way. They haven't really shied away from the British press or the American press or the press in general, even though they said they wanted to have a private life. They are continually offering themselves up to the cameras. They are constantly moaning on various podcasts. They actually have a podcast. They keep on doing interviews, releasing pictures and private information that no one expects or has any entitlement to, and yet they moan about what it is to be famous and what it is to be royal, which is strange considering Harry is so unhappy in the limelight. Why does he keep on flocking towards it? So with all that being said, I'm going to leave it there. And it is rather devastating. It's tragic. And he still, even though he's trying to frame himself as a victim, and Meghan tried to frame herself as a victim during the Oprah interview, does not sound or look like a victim, because he is going to the media to moan about what it's like to be under the media spotlight, which makes no sense whatsoever. With all that being said, I will be back with another video. Bye, guys.